Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are taking good care of yourself. Fine, let us start today's mathematics class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics. Today I am going to introduce new chapter, children, that is chapter number 4, quadratic equations. You will really enjoy learning this chapter because the same concept you have learnt in previous chapter as well. This chapter I am going to finish in total 5 lectures. Fine, children? So let us start lecture number 1. The content I am going to take from NCERT. So children, the topics which I am going to cover in today's lecture, they are: number 1, definition of quadratic equation. Number 2, method to check whether the given equation is quadratic or not. Number 3, solutions or roots of a quadratic equation. And number 4, factorization method to find the roots of a quadratic equation. Clear, children? So children, our first topic is, what do you mean by quadratic equation? An equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is called a quadratic equation in variable x, where a, b and c are real numbers, and this a, which is a numerical coefficient of x square, can never be 0. Children, you may have seen this generalized form earlier also. Yes, ax square plus bx plus c is the generalized form of a quadratic polynomial. But here, as we are dealing with the equation, so definitely some expression must be written on left hand side, another expression must be written on right hand side, between equal to sign, correct? Equal to sign must be there between left hand side expression as well as right hand side expression. So that's why I am calling it a quadratic equation. And here, of course, the highest power of the variable which is present in this quadratic equation is 2. Fine. So that's why, what is the name of this generalized form of an equation? That is quadratic equation. But make sure that the numerical coefficient of x square can never ever be equal to 0. Why it is so? Because if it becomes 0, then definitely the equation will become bx plus c, which will never ever be called a quadratic equation. It will become a linear equation. Correct, children? Now, some examples of quadratic equation are 3x square plus x plus 2 is equal to 0. X square minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. Children, you can write as many examples of quadratic equation as you want. Fine, children? Now, our next topic is the method to check whether the given equation is quadratic or not. Children, this is very simple. See, first of all, you have to simplify the given equation. After simplifying, if you are going to get the standard form of a quadratic equation that I have just told you, which is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then definitely that equation will be known as a quadratic equation, otherwise not. Fine. So for the better clarity of the concept, I am going to take exercise 4.1 question number 1, 7th part. Fine. In complete question number 1, basically there are total 8 parts. So I have picked the difficult one for you. In all the 8 parts, we have to just check whether the given equations are quadratic equations or not. Fine. As I have just told you that first of all we have to simplify the given equation. After that we have to compare it with the generalized form of quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a can never ever be equal to 0 and a, b and c are real numbers. Fine. So let us start solving this equation which is given. This is x plus 2 whole cube is equal to 2x into x square minus 1. Children, this is a plus b whole cube. You know very well what is that identity. That is a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Correct? Or even I can say 3a square b plus 3ab square. Okay, now a cube, that is x cube, plus b cube, that is 2 cube, means it would be 8, plus 3a square b. What is a? X. A square b. B will be written as it is. Plus 3ab square. This is 3a and this is b square. What is b? 2 square is equal to, now multiply 2x by both the terms. You will be getting 2x cube minus 2x. Correct, children? Any confusion in it? Okay. Now, this is x cube plus 8 plus, I am simplifying it. I have got 6x square. And after simplifying this, 2 square will be 4. 4 3s are 12. I have got 12x. Correct? So this is equal to 2x cube minus 2x. Now, x cube plus 8 plus 6x square plus 12x. I am going to bring both these terms on left hand side. So it would become minus 2x cube plus 2x is equal to 0. Now x cube and minus 2x cube will give you minus x cube. 6x square, there is no term with x square, so it would be written as it is. Plus 12x plus 2x will give you 14x. And plus 8 will remain as it is because there is no constant term also. Fine. But we cannot call this equation as a quadratic equation. Can you tell me the reason? Okay. What is the reason? Because here x cube is an extra term. The generalized form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here the highest power should be 2. But here you can see what is the highest power of the variable. That is 3. So what can we say? Because x cube is present in this equation. So this is not going to be matched with the generalized form of a quadratic equation. So that's why it is not a quadratic equation. Clear, children? So one more part I have taken based on the same concept. This is question number 1, 8th part. X cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 whole cube. There we applied a plus b whole cube. Now we are applying a minus b whole cube to simplify right hand side. Correct, children? So this has been written as it is. So let us recall the identity. This is a cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Correct, children? Okay. So this has become x cube minus, what is b? That is 2. So 2 cube will become 8 minus 3 into a square, that is x square, into 2, that is b, plus 3 into a is x, into b square. What is b square? That is 2 square. Correct, children? Okay. Now simplify. This is x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to x cube minus 8. It would become minus 6x square. And it would become plus 12x. Correct. Here x cube and x cube are going to be cancelled because if you take it on left hand side, it would become minus x cube. Correct, children? So this is minus 4x square minus x plus 1. All these terms I am bringing on left hand side. It would become plus 8 plus 6x square minus 12x is equal to 0. Let us simplify them. After simplifying both of these terms, I have got 2x square. Here minus x and minus 12x will become minus 13x, or 8 plus 1 will become 9, which is equivalent to 0. Okay, now you compare, is it really the matching with the generalized form of a quadratic equation? Yes. This is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And just compare, what is a here? 2. Is 2 equal to 0? No. 2 is not equal to 0. So what can we say? Yes, this is a quadratic equation. Clear, children? Now children, let us switch to question number 2 of exercise 4.1. Represent the given situation in the form of quadratic equation. Again, you will be having a kind of word problem given and you have to just form quadratic equation. Fine. So I am going to take second question, third part. This is, the statement is, Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. The product of their ages 3 years from now. will be 360. We would like to find Rohan's age. Means we have to consider Rohan's age. Fine. Basically we can leave the question there only wherever we are going to get the quadratic equation, because we have to just represent the given situation in the form of quadratic equation. So let us start solving it. Let's Rohan's present age be x years. His mother's age will be x plus 26. Why? Because Rohan's mother is 26 older than him. 26 years older than him. Correct, children? Now, 3 years from now, suppose if Rohan's present age is x years right now, so definitely after 3 years the age will be x plus 3. And the mother's present age is x plus 26. So after 3 years, mother will also be elder by 3 years. So it would become x plus 26 plus 3, that is x plus 29. What is the product of the ages of mother as well as her son is given? That is 360. Now we are just simplifying them, as well as we have to just check whether it is forming a quadratic equation or not. X into x will become x square plus 29x plus 3x plus 29 into 3 will become 87 is equal to 360. So after simplifying, I have got x square plus 32x. Then this would come on left hand side 360. After subtracting 87 from it, you will be getting 273 is equal to 0, which is the required quadratic equation. How do I come to know that this is a quadratic equation? Because we can compare it with its generalized form. Correct, children? Okay. Now switching to next question, that is fourth part. What is to be done in this question? A train travels a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 km per hour less, means the speed has been reduced, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. Of course, if the speed, I am going to reduce my speed, so definitely I will be taking more time to reach at my destination, right? Now we have to consider what? The speed of the train, that we need to find out basically. So how to start this question? Let the speed of the train be x km per hour. How much distance is covered by the train? That is 480 km. Children, you know very well how to solve such kind of questions. I made you understand earlier also. I am just going to apply the formula of time, because I know distance, I know speed. So time is equal to distance upon speed. Now according to question, the formula of time you know, that is distance upon speed. See, when speed was going to be reduced by 8 km per hour, so definitely x minus 8 would become the speed, and 480 upon x minus 8 will become the time taken, in which case when the speed was reduced by 8 km per hour. Correct? But in case 1, when the distance was 480, here also the distance was 480, so distance would remain same in both the cases. It will be divided by x. X was that speed of the train which was considered. Fine. When speed was reduced, then 3 more hours are taken by the train to reach to its destination. Fine. So it means this is time actually. This is, look, distance upon speed means this time is 3 hours more, because this is that time when the train has reduced its speed, means when the speed of the train was reduced by 8 km per hour, then this is that time taken. Fine. So this is 3 hours more. So definitely in another expression I have to increase 3 hours so that both will be equal. Correct? Now 480 upon x I have brought on left hand side. Taking LCM, x into x minus 8 will be LCM. X minus 8 is going to be cancelled with x minus 8. I have got 48x minus 480. 480x minus 480 into, this is going to be cancelled. That is x minus 8 is equal to 3. 480x minus 480x, and this would enter inside the bracket minus sign. It would become plus 480 into 8 will become 3840. Correct? is equal to, while cross multiplying, you can write 3 into x square minus 8x. Correct? Now simplify. 480x and minus 480x are going to be cancelled. This is 3840 is equal to 3x square minus 24x. While taking 3s common, I have got x square minus 8x minus 1280 is equal to 0, which is the required quadratic equation. Clear, children? Now, children, our next topic is roots or the solution of a quadratic equation. What do you mean by roots? All the values of variable which satisfy the given quadratic equation, they all are called roots or the solution of the given quadratic equation. For example, as you know, the generalized form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Suppose if I say alpha is the root or the solution of the quadratic equation, then definitely a alpha square plus b alpha plus c must be equal to 0. Means after putting that very root at place of variable, you will be getting the value of left hand side and right hand side equal. Correct, children? Okay. So the next topic is factorization method. You know very well about that method. We have done many questions based on the same in previous chapter also. So now I am going to switch to exercise 4.2 because factorization method can be better explained while taking the examples. Okay. So find the roots of the quadratic equation by factorization method. This is the toughest part which I have taken. First question, third part. Root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Here we have to solve this quadratic equation. So you know, children, what is sum? 7, and what would be the product? 5 into root 2 into root 2. That would be 2. 5 into 2 will give you 10. So I have to factorize the middle term in such a way so that the sum should be 7 and the product should be 10. So root 2x square plus, I have split it, 5x plus 2x. Check. 5 into 2, 10, and 5 plus 2, 7. Plus 5 root 2. From these two terms, I am going to take x as common because nothing else can be taken as common. Inside the bracket, it would be left root 2x plus 5 plus, here, can I write 2 as root 2 into root 2? Yes, of course. Root 2 will be taken as common. So inside root 2x plus 5 is left because root 2 has been taken as common, is equal to 0. So this is root 2x plus 5 will be written once, and here x plus root 2 is equal to 0. When the product of two expressions are 0, either one is 0 or the other is 0 or even both are 0. So after putting both the values equal to 0, I have got x is equal to minus 5 by root 2 and x is equal to minus root 2. These are the roots of the given quadratic equation. Clear, children? Now, children, I am going to switch to the statement sum based on quadratic equation only. This is question number 6. Rest questions are very, very simple. You can do them yourself. Fine. For any confusion, for any doubt, you can clear your doubt. Fine. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of the article produced on that very day. If the total cost of the production on that day was rupees 90, then find the number of articles produced as well as the cost of each article. Are you clear with the statement? Fine? Okay. So let us start its solution. Let the number of the pottery articles produced on a particular day is equal to x. Fine. And the cost of production of each article. What was said in the statement? That it is 3 more than twice the number of the article produced on that day. How many articles were produced? That is x. You have to make it twice. It would become 2x. And 3 more than, then add 3 in it. Correct. What is the Total production cost given on that very day, it was rupees 90. Children, you know very well. How can we calculate the total cost of the production? If I am going to multiply the number of pottery articles produced on a particular day, I am going to multiply it by what? The cost of production of each article on that particular day. So definitely I can come to know about the total cost of production on that day, right? So this is x into 2x plus 3 is equal to 90. It would become 2x square plus 3x. This 90 I have brought on left hand side, minus 90 is equal to 0. Very simple factorization method I am going to adopt. I want sum as plus 3 and product as minus 180. So let us split the middle term. It would become 2x square plus 15x minus 12x minus 90 is equal to 0. Taking x as common, it would be 2x plus 15 inside the bracket. From here, what value you can take as common? The maximum number. I can take minus 6 as common. One more thing I have to keep in my mind, that I also want the same expression here also, right? So definitely after taking minus 6 as common, it would become 2x plus 15 inside the bracket. Again, the common factor will be written once only with x minus 6. This expression will also be equal to 0 and x minus 6 will also be equal to 0. So 2x plus 15 is equal to 0. What is the value of x? That is minus 15 by 2. Correct? And here the value of x is 6. This value we have to reject. Minus 15 upon 2 we have to reject. Reason behind, because children, x were the number of the pottery articles produced on a particular day, and the articles can never ever be negative. So x cannot be equal to negative value, as it is showing the number of articles produced. Correct? So definitely we have to accept which value of x, that is x is equal to 6. Correct, children? Okay. Now, thus the number of articles produced, that is x is equal to 6. We have to tell the cost of each article also. So what is the cost of each article? That is 2x plus 3. So at place of x I am putting 6. 2 into 6 plus 3, that is 12 plus 3 is equal to rupees 15. So that's it for the day. Children, you get your mathematics homework. Please note down your maths homework. You have to do question number 1, A, B and D parts. You have to just tell whether the given equations are quadratic or not. Second question, A and B of exercise 4.1. Question number 1, fourth part. This is just based on factorization. Fine. Question number 3, 4 and 5 of exercise 4.2. They are very simple statement sum. As you will read the statement, you will be able to form the quadratic equation, along with the classwork questions which I have discussed in today's lecture. Fine, children, in your homework notebook. That's it. Thank you and have a nice day.